may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house? You may ask yourself, where does that alley go to? Well, you may ask yourself, am I right? Am I wrong? And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done?
Alright, this thing should be on. Alright. I know. I look crazy. I'm in a new spot as well. This is my new place. So the end of this year is going to be kind of crazy. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on with people. We will be releasing some stuff hopefully pretty soon. We're also submitting some stuff to some festivals, which I'm very excited about. Another thing I'm excited about is that I get to kind of have fun with this next production. So I'm just gonna figure out the production. I've been tasked with the entire, like, as you can see, like all the technical stuff. This is all the equipment we're gonna be. This is what I'm tasked with, right? Maybe that's a good place to start. I'm tasked with shooting a film with no budget.
Drifting in your dreams, you wonder if your life will make a change. It's hopeless, so it seems. Well, just remember, you are strong.
Okay, so the important thing. Is this recording? That's a good shot. Okay, so the important thing to note is that I like to not stay on track. I don't know if I'd like to do that, but it seemingly happens a lot. So I'm trying to integrate this into my life and not only show you the production, or I guess the pre-production of this upcoming film, and kind of like what goes on behind it, and like I want to be kind of transparent about like what I do with a lot of things and show people how I did these things, because people have had to teach me these things, or I've had to learn on the fly. So this isn't going to be just like breaking down shots and storyboarding, or like it's not going to be traditional in that way. I would like to create something not only for my future self, like if I get stuck somewhere. We're just going to wait for this car horn. Let me fix your ear. All right. So, where was I? So it's not going to focus just on like cinematography. I'm also, I guess, like the head of all this technical stuff as well. See, we got some of the audio equipment. You have to wear a lot of hats if you want to get anything done. That's one thing that I've learned. Not only that, you have to be okay with doing that. You have to be okay with picking up extra work and trying something you haven't done before, because either there's no other option or because you want to. I always like it because I like learning. Learning new stuff is cool. I'm always on to something new, so always keep evolving. For now, I think I'm going to just kind of organize everything back again, because now that I have everything out of its bag, I can visually see it, and now I know what I have. One more thing. A lot of this equipment, none of this is rented. This is all from, it's either mine, or it's either the director's, or it's the production, like this is all our own stuff. So that is an advantage that I have in this, is that I get to really dive heavy into this stuff, because we're limited on tools. I don't think that's a negative thing personally. I think it's pretty fun to be limited on things. So I mean, we're not limited on Zoom recorders. I have two, or like atmospheric Zoom recorders. I have two right here. This one's mine. This mic has served me very well. It's pretty cheap. So it's a Tascam linear PCM recorder. It's actually so cheap that you can't use too good of an SD card on it. If you use like a really high quality, like this one I got in this GoPro, if I put that in here, like I get an error. You Google that error and it says basically we can't handle that SD card. It's too good. So yeah, I'm just gonna pack all this stuff up. Whatever.
year of our Lord, Judea for nearly a century had lain under the mastery of Rome. In the 7th year of the reign of Augustus Caesar, an imperial decree ordered every Judean each to return to his place of birth to be counted and taxed. Converging ways of
I'm
many
starting my foundation of my clothing on the working class, so pieces like like work pants, cargo utility wear. I just feel like the silhouetted vice grip just matches our rustic vibe.
All right. So, in addition to being in pre-production for one short, we are also in post-production for another short. I've been tasked with color grading, like a short feature that we have that we're submitting to a festival, in 17 days. So we will be not in like crunch mode, but I got to get stuff done. So I'm going to start color grading this pilot feature. It's kind of like a mixed bag right now. It's a proof of concept, really, is what it is. So I guess pilot would be an accurate statement. Color grading is something that I have done in the past, but not on I guess a professional level. I've really only ever color graded my stuff. I've worked a lot with LUTs, mostly because they're easy, they're convenient too. These things for like a YouTube video are very helpful. LUTs are something that are easily accessible on the internet. Lots of good creators put out like LUT packs. They're a convenient way to look at something and be like, this is something that I want. This is something that I want to achieve with the look of my film or my YouTube video, whatever you want. I shot Canon RAW. So I've shot with RAW in the past, and in the past I've used Blackmagic RAW. That was my first time using not only on a camera, but like shooting in RAW, but also editing RAW. You have to get plugins for these RAW files. But I like shooting in Canon RAW this time because I didn't need any plugins to edit. What you just saw is like 4 days worth of really painting with a wide brush for some test footage that I was going to present. I really wanted to show kind of the range that we could go in terms of color. Now I've got feedback. I've presented 3 different test videos displaying different input settings for the raw files. I think I'm going to settle on the one that's on screen right now, the Cinema Gamut and Canon Log 2. I think it doesn't do too much. I think that's a lot of what we're trying to bring to the table. We're not trying to overpower with color. It's kind of the point of this proof of concept is we're really trying to showcase character relatability and how they interact in their environment. When I initially started color grading, I was like, holy crap, there are so many options. My goal for the first production meeting or post-production meeting for this was to show them where we can go with it. Now that I have that feedback, I can really hone in on what it needs to look like. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be focusing on the next couple days. Really ready to knock this out. You have to chew that up right now. Yeah, he said yes. When my hands are idle, I think it's detrimental to not only my creative process, but to a lot of other things in my life, because I don't know what to do with myself if I don't have anything to do. So I really tried to occupy myself. Something that I really like about creating this video is that I've woken up every day and I've felt creative, even though like I've had days where I feel a little bit more in tune. I'm still doing it every day. I'm still tapping into it a little bit. So it feels a lot more refreshing to do it like this instead of just waiting on inspiration, you know? I feel like for the longest time I waited on inspiration to do a lot of things. When I have that inspiration, I'm not always going to have the energy, time. You know, it's like never like the best time for inspiration, you know? So it's like I have to channel that every day and try to inspire myself to do something, because like leaning on outside sources to inspire me for every time I want to work on a project is not really sustainable. So like just, you know, waking up, doing my routine and staying on track and tapping into it every day and, you know, chiseling away really puts things into like bite-sized pieces. It takes time, right?